And first up, and I think also very obviously, is the hashtag Rest in Peace Jackson Mthembu, the late minister in the presidency, his passing on announced yesterday by President Cyril Ramaphosa. And yeah, man, he was just such a nice guy.
Yeah, really, really sad. I must say, yesterday was, I think everybody, you could just feel this, this sort of disbelief amongst a lot of people. I mean, as soon as you hear the news, you run to social media, you quickly switch on the television, and then you just heard tributes and dedications coming in for the late Jackson Mthembu. And I have to say, I have only read amazing things about him, his character, how friendly he was, how humble, how much fun he was, how he would always be, this admirable communicator where, if things were really tough, and they are and were, I mean, especially during the COVID-19 time when we'd be having those briefings where everything would be laid out to us, and there he was, he had a smile, he would try and lighten the atmosphere, so always trying in and amongst a really difficult time, and that of course is how people have been describing him. So a really great individual that South Africa has lost, unfortunately.
Certainly is, Leanne, and very, very sad. And, condolences to the family. Can't overemphasize this. This is a family that lost a daughter not so long ago, and now they've lost a husband, a father, a son. It's really, really sad. And man, I'm just really, really, really sad about the passing of Jackson Mthembu. And I think why this is so personal for me, Leanne. When Jackson Mthembu, I think it was about 2 years ago now, and he lost his daughter.
Yeah.
And I remember I got on the phone and I called him, because this was a journey that I was all too familiar with, and I was his elder for once in a journey, a very painful journey. And I remember we just cried.
Yeah.
Because it's such a painful thing. And, there are moments when words are superfluous. And since then, we struck a new bond beyond a work relationship, where I would check in on him from time to time, just how you doing, how's your wife doing, how's the family doing. And it was hard.
Yeah.
And I remember that so vividly. He just said to me, how are you doing? And he said, oh, Sakina. And he just broke down. Because I think in that moment, we both knew that the other understood.
Yeah. And it's something that I could never comprehend and understand and want to comprehend and understand. And I suppose that's where, that's where you have to, you have to realize that, in moments of desperation, doesn't matter who you are, you were there. And that's all that mattered.
My heart is broken.
Yeah.
My heart is absolutely broken.
And this morning, as I let you sort of just pull yourself in, because it is not, and it is, when things start getting personal, you try and be objective, but when it hits you, it is a subjective matter because it is personal, as you say. I mean, this really is a very sad moment. But we are asking you this morning, and we'll put the question up as what we've asked is you to send in tributes, if you'd like, for the late Jackson Mthembu. But we were also this morning opening up our lines, opening up our Twitter feed to you sharing your story, because there are so many stories. We just have microphones on our jackets that we're able to express how we are feeling at this time. You have another means, and we really want you to share with us how you're feeling and your experiences during this time of COVID-19 and the loss, because it is big loss. That's another loss story that is a trending topic, and that's that Netcare story where, yesterday, just after we're reeling from the news of the passing of the Minister Jackson Mthembu, we get the story coming through that Netcare, a helicopter, has crashed and it has killed medical professionals that have dedicated their lives and fight to saving other people, and that is exactly how they passed on. And just an absolutely devastating story, and we're sending again our deepest love and sympathies to those that have lost their family. We ran in the news that Netcare has named them an anaesthetist, Khopotso Mononyane, a cardiothoracic surgeon, Dr. Kernik Mkhlangu, a specialist theatre nurse for cardiothoracic and transplant, Mpo Kaba, an advanced life support paramedic, Sinjan Farrance. All of them lost their lives, and the helicopter pilot as well, Mark Stocksrater also. And it is just, the loss that we're experiencing is something very difficult to put into words, and that's where tears come through.
Yeah.
And you are not alone in your tears. There have been a lot of tears shed, but we're all together.
It is so rough, Leanne. You listen to families telling you how they've lost people within days and weeks of one another. I mean, I don't know how much more we can take, honestly.
And the reality is that we have to take a lot more, and it is not going anywhere anytime soon, for obvious reasons. Nothing has changed since it first started, except for the fact that we are reaching to a vaccine, and even that is something that is still far away, and yet it is a behavioral thing, and let's just keep on doing what we're doing. We're seeing the numbers slowly coming down, and yet the loss is still there. But all right. Liverpool is trending. I don't even think I can get you to smile with football. So don't make me take this. Although I do know they lost.
Yeah, they
lost. That is all I can tell you, is that they lost on their home ground, and I think it was
they lost at Anfield and to Burnley 1-0, and this was it broke a 68-match winning streak at Anfield, and they haven't scored in the last 4 matches. Liverpool. They've been drawing blanks, and people, as you would know, because your son also plays fantasy league, and people are captaining Mo Salah and Mane, and they're drawing blanks. So.
And it is not happening. Don't worry, I saw a very funny meme. It's over here. It goes, Liverpool just lost their home record to a team that doesn't even have a badge on Google. So, good, I made her laugh. All right, let's take a break. We'll see you after this, and we continue to bring you tributes that are pouring in this morning for the late Jackson and Tembo. Stay tuned.